even whether you know me or not, there still has to be like a certain level of common sense when it comes to just being a judge of character. And this has nothing to do with TV at all, none of that. Like this is real life because kids are involved. And this deadbeat narrative, I have to put myself first because I'm either gonna end up in jail or worse because I'm dealing with someone whose anger management is just non-existent. When I first moved to Florida, I remember I got a 2-bedroom condo, and the first time I had my kids come over there after my divorce, and I started the whole visitation week and having my kids for the days I was having them. When my kids first came over in my condo, it made me so depressed because I was like, yo, I felt like they were so confined, and I didn't feel good about it. And I said, yo, I gotta get a house. I need a house. I can't have my kids running around in this condo and hurting themselves and it just not being a fit to raise, 2 children in a co-parenting setup. And I found my house. And I'm gonna be all the way blunt and straight up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got this house because of my kids. I got this house for my kids. Seeing my kids be here running around, it's the best feeling, you know? You know, when you have children with somebody who, at the end of the day, it shouldn't even have happened because I should have just noticed certain things when it came to parenting. You know, when you're with someone for 3 years and they have a child and
16.
Okay, with your
16
son that
and
don't
a
like you.
teenager.
Your son hates you. Your son hates you, bitch.
you probably saw the child 3 to 4 times because the child was put off to go live with somebody else. And, you kind of look past it when you don't have kids or you're not thinking about that. I never even was like, yo, why doesn't your son live here? And then when you finally get to have a conversation with the son and find out why, it's crazy. Imagine speaking to a child who's of age and knows what's going on. He's 16 years old. And he says, if I ever had to live with my mother, I would kill myself. I wouldn't make that up, And it sucks that I gotta really just run this down because of this smear campaign and somebody who gets such a high on just talking about me and picking and choosing what kids you want to, have in the forefront and get whatever extra attention you get off of it. So I kind of just looked past certain things and thought that, maybe I could help and make things better. But when you aren't with somebody and it doesn't work out and the two of you are just in a weird space and everything is a fight, especially in front of the kids, I'm not going to subject myself to that. My kids have never, ever seen me upset. My kids have never heard me yell.
You're dead to me. Yeah, you are too. You is dead. You're dead to me. I need you. No. Before I need you. Remember that. Nice blow, Linda. Yeah, go ahead. You too, bitch. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because your other 2 kids are going to be miserable just like you. No, fuck all of y'all. Go ahead. Jerk off. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. All because of you. All because of you. All because of you.
I don't argue. That's just not in me. But, on the other hand, the other side, they don't operate or think the way I do. And
Hey cousins, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you like and comment. Cousins, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We are almost on the road to 1,000. Guys, I am so excited. I got an email from YouTube hey, you're almost there. Come on, let's go. Okay. But anyway, let's get into the clip that we just looked at. And in all seriousness, this is literally a DV situation that Safaree is in. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's not because he's a man. I do not feel sorry for Safaree because Erica, we already know how she is. Like, if you know Erica Mena, you know her from Love and Hip Hop. You know how she gets. You know how her mouth gets crazy. You know she don't take care of her first child, and she went on TV and said that she doesn't live with her first child, that she takes care of him, quote unquote, financially. I believe every single thing that Safari said about her son. Every single body has the same story about you and your son, even your son. At this point, Erica, you can't be the only one seeing it your way. Like, it's just no way. The sad part in all of this is it didn't have to happen. Their children didn't have to happen. Their marriage didn't have to happen. Safari should have been smarter with his fellow down there and made better decisions. But now that we are here, unfortunately, men a lot of the time have no rights to their children when the children are born. And that is just a fact in most states. Look at your state, look it up and see what your rights are. But when you deal with a mother that is bitter and she's taking care or raising your children, fathers, you need to start getting the courts involved. And I know, a lot of us don't want to do that. We don't want the courts in our business. But when it comes to your safety, your mental health, and just your life and your livelihood and your children, baby, call them courts. Okay? I think Safari's doing the right thing when it comes to the courts with Erica because she is belligerent. Like, literally, like, she just got arrested a few months ago for getting crazy drunk and fighting a security guard in a party. Like, let's be honest who we're dealing with here, who he's dealing with. She climbed with a ladder in his home, baby. And everybody always says Safari is a deadbeat and blah, blah, blah. But this video honestly gave me a different light on the situation because I never really understood what, like, his take on, like, when it comes to the situation with Erica. It just seemed like he was just a bad person. He treated her very bad. He cheated on her, did a lot of things to her. But then on the other hand, Erica is very abusive, verbally, physically, and just emotionally, period. And now she's using her children as a weapon when it comes to their father. So unpack your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with the things that Safari said in the short clip that we just watched? Do you think that they should have gotten the courts involved a long time ago? Do you think that the children are better off with the mother in this case or with the father? Unpack your thoughts in the comments. Let me know.
And when I have my kids and someone is pretty much trying to police and parent and like watch every single thing I'm doing and call, oh, who's there? What's going on? It's just so unhealthy, so excessive, to the point where it just creates a lot of issues. Like, you can't pick and choose when it's okay to say, okay, the kids are good, and then if we're not, in a good space, then it's an issue. I've taken my kids to Jamaica. If I was such a bad parent, nobody's gonna let a man take the kids to Jamaica by myself. I didn't have no help, and I don't want a biscuit for it. I did it. It just creates such a level of toxicity that it's better to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna deal with this through the courts, and when this thing gets sorted out how it's supposed to be sorted out, then okay, we'll figure it out. So for the past, few months, that's what I've been dealing with when it came to, looking for lawyers and just trying to figure out this whole thing, because my original standing order for this child support and the visitation and all of that, everything, it originated from Georgia. We moved to Florida. When we moved to Florida, everything has to get transferred over. It just got transferred over like this week. So now I get to find out what this new setup is going to be, because I refuse to go to her house to pick up the kids. I refuse. I'm not. It's just too unstable, too unpredictable. And the only way I would do it is either a police precinct, or if the kids are somewhere else and I'm picking them up from there. But everything is just done off of spite and being malicious intent on the other end. Me, I don't move like that. I don't live like that. When people look at me, I don't look like I'm carrying stress. I don't look like I'm losing weight. I don't look like I'm just harboring so much hate inside me that it physically begins to show. And I'm a father. I'm a grown-ass man. When I have my kids in there with me, they're under my care. They don't have nothing to worry about. So I'm not going to have anybody acting like they need to know every single thing going on. When I was filming Love and Hip Hop, Miami, and I had my kids here, calling, oh, where are the kids at? What are you doing? Oh, you better not be filming with the kids. Oh. First of all, I've never filmed with the kids ever by myself on Love and Hip Hop. They're not a part of my storyline. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not gonna be in the park pushing the kids, playing. Oh yeah, oh, like of course they wanted to see me film with them, but you know, both parents have to sign off on that, and you know that wasn't happening. You know, the last instant of when we had a transfer with the kids, it was she called me and said, "Hey, I'm in the area. I could save you a trip. I could come pick the kids up, and I'm tired and I don't want to do the drive." And it was like really like early in the morning or whatever. So I'm like, "All right, cool." I let her in, lay down in the kids' room. One of the kids was in there. Next, the kids was laying with me in my room. And when she gets up, she's like, she wants to have a conversation with me. I'm like, okay, let's talk. As soon as she starts talking, is yelling, screaming, all of that. I said, yo, look, I'm not doing that. And if you can't talk to me normally in front of the kids, where the kids don't realize that we're having a discussion about something that we're not agreeing on, then I'm not having it. Oh, I don't give a heck, blah, 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 all this yelling, whatever. So I'm like, okay, forget it. Just, you know, you here, pick them up, you can leave. And in my face, all of that, blah, 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 and all that. So I'm like, all right, you don't want to leave. I call the cops. I'm on the phone with the cops. I'm telling them, hey, you know, before this escalates, I would like police presence here because I want her to leave. Filming me calling the cops. Okay, I'm calling the cops, you're filming me. You're the one with the anger management problem just going off. So break stuff up in the house, has the kids running over glass, breaking stuff up outside. After that, I just was like, you know what? If I can't pick up my kids in a place that is like a drop-off point or a police precinct, I'm not picking them up because I'm not going to her house ever again in life. My daughter, she has an iPad. I'm blocked on the iPad.
Cousins, the footage with Erica throwing the glass and the babies being there, her pushing Safari, is so disgusting to watch. Oh my goodness. And the saddest part, the children aren't even crying. That's to let you know they done seen this many, many, many times. How many times have Safari and Erica been fighting around their children? This is well, more so Erica. And I definitely agree with Safari. No more visits with the two parents. These need to be supervised at the police station. These need to be supervised with another person. He does not need to be in contact with this woman. And furthermore, I do understand that you should let the other parent know what is going on with the children when they are in your care, but I feel like that should be for emergencies. If your children is with their father, you don't need to know every single place that they go unless they're taking them out of state or out of the country. But other than that, when they with you, do the daddy need to know that y'all going to the grocery store, y'all going here, y'all going there, y'all going. That is control. Okay? That is control. And yes, these babies are young, but they are with their father. Saddest part is also that Erica didn't even care that her kids were there. And she's throwing glass, and her babies are walking through the glass with no shoes on, following behind her. This whole situation is extremely sad. I am glad that Safari decided to take it to court when it comes to the visitation with his children and he's not giving up because let's be honest, there are a lot of deadbeat fathers that don't need a reason to be a deadbeat. Okay? A real deadbeat, not what we're seeing here with this situation. And sometimes, in some cases, fathers give up because they feel like they have no rights to the children and the mother is being very difficult and they just don't want to deal with it. It does not make it right at all because you should always fight for your children no matter what. There's always a way. But sometimes, some men, they just feel like they don't want to deal with it. And on the other hand, when women are the ones that lose the rights to their children and the father has the child, some women, and I've seen this, they don't want to deal with the father, so they don't deal with the children. And it's honestly sad either way you put it. But unpack your thoughts in the comments. How do you guys feel about this whole situation? Do you think Erica is as dangerous as she's coming off? Do you think this is the first time the children have seen their parents argue and fight like this? Why is Erica so hard, getting a hard on trying to control the situation in Safari? Like, I really hope that he stays true to himself when he says that they are no longer having grown people time, because for co-parenting, it really just messes up the whole situation and you don't want to be conflicted and trying to figure out your feelings, and it's just too much going on. Just co-parent and that's it. in this situation, court, police, get them all involved because these babies are in danger when it comes to this mother. I understand why her oldest son doesn't want to be around her. That should be a sign, okay? If you're with a woman and she doesn't take care of her child, I don't care what she says or how she's the breadwinner and all this nonsense. He said he's seen her child 3 times in 3 years. Like, that is sick. And then you married her? Be for real, okay? Be for real. You don't go and marry her after that, Safari. Like, you did this to yourself. I do not think he's a deadbeat. I would say that. I really don't think he's a deadbeat. I just think he's a tired father that he wants to be there for his children, but he doesn't know how to deal with Erica and still be there for his children and be stable, which I think he's finally getting it. Get the courts involved. Like, I 1,000% I agree. But this should have never happened, okay? You should have never been with her. She don't take care of her first kid. What you think is going to happen? It's the same with deadbeats. Like, when a girl is like the 3rd baby mama and he wasn't taking care of the first 2 kids, or the first kid, you the 2nd baby mama, and you just thought your child was going to do what? Like, Safari, you thought your seed was going to make her be what? A better parent? No. If she wasn't taking care of the first one, baby, you ain't different. Look at how she treats her children. I will not want my kids around her either. Like, unpack your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Bye.
My daughter's 4 years old. She doesn't know how to block people. She doesn't even know how to text. Childish, just like BS like that. So I'm like, okay. The next time I got my kids after that, oh no, prior before that, when I went and I was gonna get a restraining order because, you know, she's doing stuff like showing up in my crib 5 o'clock in the morning, pulling out a ladder, hopping the fence.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
Banging on my windows. My son's birthday party was like a month after that. No, like it was a while after that. And then when I went to the party, they said, hey, you want a restraining order, but you went to a party, she was there, so you must not be in that much fear. So I had to drop that case. And this is me having to have 2 different lawyers. This is 2 separate lawyers for one lawyer for that, then another lawyer for this whole family court thing. And next time I got them, it was for, you know, beginning of the summer. And I was like, yo, I'll keep the kids for the summer. Let me know. My mother, my sister's here. They love being around them. They want to be around them. That's the issue. I can't reach my daughter's iPad. Pickup situation isn't sorted out. So when I finally do get them, I sign them up for summer camp. She gets so mad at me for signing them up for summer camp. There's a summer camp by my house. She lives 40 minutes away from me. Summer camp. I'm like, cool, I got them. Let me at least do that. Because, you know, they were here. And my mother's like, yo, you can't just be having them here playing, whatever. She was like, they need some, you know, structure. Sign them up for summer camp. I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. I signed them up for the summer camp. I paid for it. I paid $2,000 to put them in summer camp. They went to summer camp for 3 days because she had such an issue with me putting them in summer camp by my house. And was like, why didn't I talk to her? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, I have the kids. They're under my watch and care. I want to put them in the summer camp by me. And I'm going to show y'all because it's like, I'm not just talking just to talk, but put them in summer camp. This was the first month. This is what it was supposed to do. This is what it's supposed to be. This is the schedule. Summer camp July, boom, boom, boom. The entire month. This was going to be their schedule for the entire month. This is their lunch schedule. This is one of the things she made for me in one of the days that she was in summer camp. So I'm like, okay, what's wrong with putting the kids in summer camp? And it just was such a control thing, and it created it created so much drama. Oh, drop the kids off. Oh, you put them in summer camp. Just nothing made absolute any sense. Nothing. Like, it was just such an irate, ignorant conversation to the point where we don't even speak direct. Like, my house is set up for them. I got their shrine set up. This is for them. This is their area. You walk in. This is Maji's room. Ain't no deadbeat doing this. Deadbeats ain't doing this. My daughter's room is bigger than some adults' rooms. And it's just so insane to me how people just, oh yeah, you're a deadbeat. Yo, I know about real deadbeats. And this situation is all about control. This woman texted a naked picture of me to my mother and my sister because she wanted to let them know that, oh, you and your son, I'm pretty sure your son's not telling you what's really going on between us and all of this other nonsense. Okay. me and you are still, you know, having a relationship, and that's over with. Thank God that's over with. Like, you know, I prayed about that, and there's absolutely nothing physical going on anymore. And you taking naked pictures and sending it to my mother and my sister to do what and prove what? My mother and my sister are the most least problematic people on earth. My mother's not one of those mothers. She's not like a TV mother who's here acting rah-rah and doing a bunch of ignorant nonsense. Like, my mother is so calm and zen. And anyone who knows my mother and my sister and what they do, like my sister and my mom, they are in the holistic field. They're everything about them is zen, herbs, teas, spiritual. And you're sending naked pictures of me to my mother and my sister. For what? And it's like, that's the type of nonsense I have to deal with. I cannot ever pick up my kids in peace. Everything is just long and drawn out. And it's just so unfair that when a woman says something, no matter what, it's like, oh, it's the man's fault. People are like, but you didn't know. And I'm kind of like, you know what? Well, I thought I could make somebody not be just like as angry. But then when things just started like going sour and not working out, it just became it's just not even realistic to deal with. I saw somebody say one time, and I totally felt it. And if you're a father, I know you could relate to this. And it's like, they're like, yo, when you're dealing with a woman who makes you being a parent, they just make it so hard. It is so draining dealing with someone who's trying to draw you out, someone who wants a reaction from you, someone who talks about you nonstop because they want a reaction. I'm not one of those people. I don't care about people liking me and caring and proving my point. Like, hey guys, look, no, this isn't true. This is what's really happening. People who know me, my mouth has been quiet for years. I don't say nothing. It's just so draining. Like, everything about it. Like, her own family is going after her for child support because she doesn't do anything to help her son. So then to try to make it seem like I'm some deadbeat and I'm not trying to be there for my kids, I would love to be there for my kids, but it would be nice for you to get out the way. Let me be a father. Let me take my kids and go wherever I want with them. My kids are never in danger. They don't ever have to worry about nothing. This is not about money. This is not about child support. My kids love me.
Mommy missed. She was missing you. She was looking for you.
I just want to say, like, you know, doing shit like this don't benefit me. This don't help me. Like, I don't like this kind of attention. That's why I usually never say anything. But this thing has been going on for so long that it's like, how much longer am I gonna let Ish slide? You know, it's so much. It's just so much things to list and name. Like, I would have to sit. My sister would love for me to bring them to New York and spend some time with them there. And it's just nothing is easy. Everything is a fight. And I don't fight, I don't argue, it's draining. I'm not doing it. So when all this court stuff is said and done, it is what it is. This is not about child support. So this thing it's not about money. It's way bigger than that. It's about, let me be a father, stay out the way, and that's it. Stop trying to act like you don't care when you do care. Stop harassing my mother, stop harassing my sister, stop harassing anyone that's close to me. And this is not to bash. This is just the truth. This is just what it is. So that narrative that everyone just thinks is so cool to run, like, you use common sense. If I haven't seen my kids, there is a reason. And this is the reason. You're going to see it. You're going to see everything.